It's all going down. Tyrone Bowman live. Welcome everybody to the conversation tonight. Welcome to the program. It's going to be a hot one. And as you always know, I'm not going to hold back and I'm not going to compromise what I'm about to say. For those of you who have subscribed to the channel, thank you for subscribing. And we are growing. We're going to continue to grow. But let's get down to the topic at hand on tonight. There has been no group of people who have been disrespected in America more than Black people. Unfortunately, immigrants, and especially Black immigrants who have come from Africa, have disrespected us as a people probably more than anybody else that I know today. And Somalis are no exception. However, in times of trouble, after being disavowed by them, after being attacked by them, after being maliciously maligned by them, of course, they deny ever being part of the Black heritage. Now they want our help. Well, let's talk about this tonight. Somalis have been disrespecting Black people and betrayed us during the last presidential election by supporting now President Donald Trump and denied Black identity. Now that they're being deported, they're claiming Black unity and asking for our help. Not going to happen. And throughout this video, I'm going to show you some things, and then I'm going to break some things down. Good to see you. You know, I live in a very diverse neighborhood. And in that neighborhood, there are Latinos, Mexicans, Spanish people. In my neighborhood, there are Ukrainians, Russians. There are Nigerians, Somalians, and all points in between. It's an LGBTQ plus community. And you want to know something? I grew up in that neighborhood long before it became what it is today. I'm from Philadelphia. And Philadelphia has been no utopia for acceptance of Black people. I remember as a child growing up, we had racial division, race wars, and bigotry, and everything that you could think of happened in Philadelphia. There was the JBM, the Junior Black Mafia, there was the Jamaican Mafia, and there was the regular Mafia. You had the Black gangs and the Black neighborhoods and the troubled spots, and it was not easy growing up in Philadelphia. But at some point in time, things begin to change because of mass protesting, because of marching, because of great civil rights leaders, especially locally within the Philadelphia area. And I'll compile a list of them, and I will compile a list of them and talk about them in a separate video. And if it had not been for those great civil rights leaders, both Black and white, who fought for an end of this type of foolishness to occur in Philadelphia, it would still be happening today. And when Africans started coming into Philadelphia, the first thing they started doing was attacking Black people by disavowing us. Their sneerish attitudes, their snootiness. They're not wanting to speak to Black people. But anybody who wasn't Black, they embraced them. They loved them. And from what I've been seeing, you're blacker than Black in terms of pigmentation of skin color. And because you think you're better than everybody else because you can speak two or three fragmented broken languages, but yet you want Black people's money. You want us to patronize your businesses. You want our women to come to your salons and your braiding shops, and you want Black people to buy your food and things of that nature. But you don't like us. Well, let's look at this video, and I will be commenting throughout the video. I will be stopping it because it is important to understand what happened down in Minnesota during this past presidential election, and the sentiments of their leaders with the vitriol and hate for black people coming from those who say they're not black, but they are Arab Muslims. I have nothing against Muslims, nothing at all. But there's a certain type of people I have a whole lot against when you try to use black people as the springboard to advance your cause and then tell us that we're nothing. And you're only in this nation and a part of this nation because of the historical civil rights movement and the struggles, the racial divisiveness, the lynchings, the beatings, the protests, the marches that my ancestors went through in this country. And even in Africa. If it was so great over in Somalia, why are you here in America to begin with? If your national nation and a place of origin is so wonderful, why did you migrate to America? Check this out. This video is courtesy of at Mika Joshua -D7C. I got to put that in there in the caption. Anyway, let's get it started because I'm going to be making some comments as the video goes on. And this may upset some of you tonight. And if it does, then it is what it's going to be. But I'm going to set these Somalis straight. And if you think that black people are going to come to your rescue and come to your aid, you are sadly mistaken. Not after the way that you have treated us and talked about us and maligned us and disrespected us. And then I'm going to deal with your Congresswoman, Ilhan Omar, that you all proudly think that she can't be voted out of office. Got a message for her too tonight. All right, let's get it started. You know how I roll over here. If you like this channel, kindly subscribe to it. Appreciate it. Okay, let me greet Compop, one bad dude. What's happening? Welcome to the program. All right, y'all, let's kick it.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They would tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another, third. You know, subhanallah, it's one of the African-American brother who accepted Islam. He said, Sheikh, Islam limited me. Only allowed me 4 wives. He said before
They say the so people call themselves Black Americans. They literally don't know even their parents. That's a sign of disrespecting somebody. And
now let me pause and say this right here, right now. Let me dig into this hypocritical Iman. You notice how he said this in a mosque full of men. disrespecting black women, disrespecting the children of black women. He would never say this about white people. He would never disrespect a single mother of white people. And the only reason why he's attacking or did attack single mothers and black children is because he could get away with it. How is it that in their culture, women are disrespected? They're not even considered to be second-class citizens in their culture. In their culture, they abuse them. In their culture, they marry off young girls to old, filthy, perverted men. In their culture, they think it is okay to keep women ignorant. But yet over here in America, you think that you're going to attack black people and get away with it simply because you are an imam? I know many imams, and they don't think like him, they don't talk like him, they don't act like him, and they don't have that chauvinistic, anti-black attitude the way this dude does. Point blank. So since you don't have any respect for black people, we don't have any respect for you. Now let's understand that tonight. We're not going to back down. We're not going to apologize. And we're not going to hide. I'm saying it very plainly, boldly, and clearly. You disrespect us, we disrespect you. And you found out real quick. And I'm going to show you the press conference. Oh, this gets deeper. I don't want to get ahead of this video, so I got to take it frame by frame. Let's continue to talk.
You find a lot, you have watched some clips. They are saying they are not black and they are refusing to be identified as black. But now the moment that they are facing deportation is the time that they want to be associated with black people, or they want the black unity. Remember, black Americans, they fought for civil rights, or the fight that they went through in America to secure some of the civil rights that are enjoyed by immigrants as well. That means these people never had a trend in themselves. They were ready to help others, their brothers and sisters. But at the moment that you come and start disrespecting somebody and expect that once you face, or once you are in, or once is the time that you are facing a difficult moment, the time that you want these people to come through for you. It's crazy how every time people need black Americans when they are in trouble, when they are in need of their support. We have seen some clips of their Somali leaders asking their people to vote for Donald Trump. This is the government that they chose. But now the time that it's coming against them and they are being deported, they want everybody to fight for them. That's what I'll be talking about in this episode. I want you to understand some of these concepts that I'm saying in some clips that I have researched. I really like you to watch these clips with a keen eye to get to understand what I'm really talking about. And you can still tell me in the comment section, why is it that a lot of people always need help from black Americans when they are in struggle, but other times that they are okay, they are always disrespecting them, throwing bad words to them. And you can still tell me what you think about this episode in general in the comment section. If it's the first time you've come across my videos, my name is Milka. It's a humble request. You can consider supporting my channel by just subscribing. If you've just liked this episode or you like the content that I do, it's a humble request. You can consider supporting my channel by just subscribing. So let's watch the clips, then I'll come back with my commentary.
All right, I've already subscribed to her channel because I definitely want to check it out more and more. Now, check this out. I agree with everything that she just said, and I'll tell you the reason why. It is hypocritical of them to now ask for the support of black people when you have disrespected us. You have eviscerated us with your bitter language toward us. You've disrespected our culture. You've disrespected our heritage. You've disregarded the plight and the struggle that we as a people have gone through in this nation. Are we perfect as a people? No, we're not. Have we said and done everything right? No, we have not. But guess what? Neither has any other group of people that's in America said and done everything right either. That's why it's called metamorphosis. Sometimes people change over a period of time. They come to their senses, they mature, they grow up. But the divisiveness coming from people who are darker than us, have a nerve to say, we're not black. We don't associate with blackness. We don't associate with black culture. We're Somalians and Somalians are not black and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Well, what are you? You can disseminate into a white culture all you want. You're still never going to be accepted as one of them. And your justification for doing what you did during the presidential election, because you said, well, it's about the economy, it's about safety, it's about security. And you found out real quick that the TPS, the temporary protection status, is coming to an end. So since you all have an agenda and a hidden motive for your political power and your economic base, and you think that black people are going to sit back and become the scapegoats now that you need help? You didn't help us, we're not helping you. You didn't stand with us, we're not standing with you. You didn't support us, we're not supporting you. You definitely didn't support former Vice President Kamala Harris. And it was to open borders that you all were even able to come to this country to begin with and to amass whatever type of leverage or political power or economic structure that you have, all at the expense of not wanting to be considered to be black. So take your not wanting to be black self and go back to the people that you love so much. During the civil rights movement, there were many conscious, awakened white men and women who fought with, bled, and even died for the advancement and the causation of the civil rights agenda. And they'll never be forgotten. But y'all, you've never marched with us. You've never stood up for us. And that worthless Iman, yeah, I'm talking to you. You are worthless and you're pathetic. And the Holy Quran does not justify what you're saying because I read it constantly. There's no justification for it. And all you're spreading is male chauvinism, bigotry, and hate toward black people. But you wouldn't dare say that toward white people. You wouldn't dare disrespect them. You wouldn't dare speak out against them. You wouldn't dare oppose them. You wouldn't dare open up your dumb, stupid mouth and speak that same vitriol against them. No, you would not. All right, let's continue. A few moments later.
This is the freedom. I'm coming to my process immigration. What country are you from? I'm from Western Sahara. We're here gathered today with community leaders, business leaders, and youth leaders from the Somali community and from the Muslim community in Minnesota to fully support and endorse President Trump. Some of the key issues of the community are the global wars, family values and education, economic issues, and the inflation. With all these and a number of other issues, the community came together and fully standing behind President Donald J. Trump. Yes.
Minnesota is home to a large Somali population. We're hearing more and more. There are many reports about them supporting your candidacy this time around. But why should they?
Because they want safety. They want security. In many ways, they have the worst crime numbers in terms of crimes against, and they want to be safe. They want security just like everybody else. And I've heard that. I've heard I'm doing very well in that community. It's an honor
And the reason why is because he's a fighter. That's it. We like fighters. More importantly, the left left us. They left us. 33% of our kids at that grade cannot read at grade level. We went from the 6th to what? 19 now. Minnesota in education. I mean, we're failing in every standard. 8th graders, 60% cannot do math at grade level. These are our kids. We talk about economic conditions here. Our conditions is horrible. We can't afford anything as working class and middle class people. Now, please understand this. We love our brothers and sisters who are Democrats, but you left us. And because the left.
Let's stop right here for a moment. Did you hear the stupidity of the words that came out of the mouths at their press conference during the presidential election? And then presidential candidate Donald Trump gladly welcomed their support. They opened their mouths, and any presidential candidate will welcome the support of anyone to get elected. It was down in Minnesota, they said they're eating the dogs and they're eating the cats and the roaches, etc. That was during the presidential debate. These same people claimed that they were Democrats, and they claimed that the Democrats left them. How did you gain your political leverage and your political structure and your economic advancement? Through the Democratic Party. That was the platform that you used. How did Representative Ilhan Omar come in to congressional power? Through the Democratic Party. And they stood there and tried to justify with articulation as to why they don't have respect for Black people. And you think we're going to forget what you said? You think we're going to forget about the treacherous attitude that you had toward us as individuals and as a Black community? No, we're not going to forget it. And you won't be getting any help from the Black community. If you don't stand with us, if you don't labor with us, if you don't suffer with us, if you don't understand our cultural and ancestral heritage and experiences from our ancestors in this nation and in this country, Black people have fought and bled and died for every group of individuals in this nation. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was all-inclusive with men and women from all walks of life during the civil rights movement, whether you all like him or not. He didn't spew hatred and bigotry. Matter of fact, he was considered to be the apostle of love with the tactics that he learned from Gandhi. Nonviolence, passive resistance, and protesting. And these people come here to this country and assimilate within the Minnesota community, and you thought because that you were advancing their economic agenda, you thought because you called yourself being good citizens, you thought because you disassociated yourself from Black people, that you wouldn't be called out on it by us. And now that you're in trouble, you want us to come to your rescue? It's not going to happen. And listen to the dude in the hat.
Join the right, vote for Trump, 2024, vote for George Ray, 2024, vote for Mazie Young in St. Paul, 2024, vote for Tad Jude in CD3, 2024, vote for Tom Emma, our lion, out of St. Cloud. Farhan is here and is endorsing him. And please go out and vote, because voting for Trump without soldiers is giving him a failure. So please vote. Again, for the school boards, we have a ton of people running who are in the school board from all over the state. And please go vote for the Republican Party this time. Thank you so much. Somalis are not black. Now, before you disagree with me, I just want to say, listen, right? There's no such thing as the term black. The term black only came about in colonization. I don't have to accept that side. That's why the other day when I was in a place, someone said to me, "Are you black?" I said, "I'm not black, side. I don't accept that term." Because how can I or any other human being have the same skin color as this bro? It's not possible. Can you see the correlation? It's not possible. It's not possible for someone to be a black. And before the people say, "Oh, you're self-hating, you hate yourself." Listen, I don't hate myself. I'm proud to be my ethnicity, but I'm not black. I am not black. I don't even agree with any terms. I don't believe in whiteness or blackness or any of that. I believe in ethnicity-wise. So yes, I am Somali, but I'm not black. And I don't believe Nigerians are black. I don't believe South Africans are black. I don't believe Ghanaians are black. I believe, yes, we're African, but we're not black because black was a racially used term by the colonizers to put African people down. And I don't accept that term. So before niggas say to me, "Oh, you're black," listen, I'm not black, right? I've never been black. So don't push that shit onto me, bro. Somalis are not.
Well, I'm going to tell you right here, you're black. Whether you want to call yourself black or not. Have you looked at your hair? Have you looked at the pigmentation color of your skin? The problem is you hate yourself. And because you hate yourself, you hate black people. Because deep down the inside of you, you despise the fact that you were born into a body that's not white. That's what you want to be. You want to be a Caucasian. That's why you're attempting to speak English properly, but yet you're speaking with an accent at the same time. And for the record, we don't care about you. You mean nothing to us. And I hope you come across this because I'm telling you, you're stupid. You're idiotic. You sound buffoonish in the way that you're talking or the way that you did talk. That's the way self-loathing, hateful people talk. I know it. I know a ton of them. I remember years ago of a dark-skinned black woman who hated black people. She despised the fact that she was born into a black family. So what she did, she decided to try to reinvent herself. She's about as dark as this microphone right here, which is a prop, by the way. So what did she do? She tried to reinvent herself by talking proper like Caucasian people, by acting like them. All her friends were Caucasians. She didn't have any black friends. She fell in love, married a white person. But when the time of conception came and the child came out dark-skinned and wasn't light-skinned with good hair, the way that she wanted, he divorced her. So whatever your genes are, your genetic makeup is always going to come through whether you want it to become a reality or not. So you can starve yourself all you want. You can eat all the vegetables all you want. You can try to make your nose straight through plastic surgery. You can do all those different things, and you can pretentiously think with your kinky hair that you're not a black person. At the end of the day, around the world, you're considered to be black. You can call yourself African and say Africans are not black, Nigerians are not black. Really? Just ask the black people who went through the apartheid in South Africa. Ask them what discrimination was like. Ask them what it was like living under an apartheid regime. They didn't care if you were dark-skinned, light-skinned, biracial. If you had 1 ounce of what they consider to be blood that wasn't European, you were considered to be black. The dismarginalization of black people and all that they went through during apartheid in South Africa was only for one reason and one reason only: racial dominance, wealth, power. It's the same thing that's going on today. So I said it's the same thing that's happening and going on today. There's nothing subtle about it. It's up front in our faces 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. It's plastered to the news media and the recycled news all day and all night. And then you're going to say that you're not black. Now listen to this one right here. Listen to this one, because I'm going to get with him in a minute as well.
Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, they can't be black, bro. We literally can't be black, bro. Boogie, did you eat your brain cells? Really and truly, Somalis are Arabs, bro. Think about it, bro. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. Bro, tell me I'm not lying, bro.
In this country,
Did you see him? Does he look like he is following a Muslim diet? Does he look like he adheres to the teachings of the Holy Quran? Does he even look like he fasts during Ramadan? The answer is no. He's probably one of the worst hypocrites within Islam. You don't get that fat and out of shape from being a vegetarian. He is eating every and anything that diametrically goes against Islamic teachings. Because pure Islam is not laced with bigotry. Whether you agree or disagree. And this dude right here, now I want you to listen to Representative Ilhan Omar, the one who doesn't consider herself being black. But she thinks that she's going to get away with speaking in a coded language in an attempt to try to get black people on her side and the side of the Somalis. She doesn't fight for black people. Everything that she has said and done is for the advancement of her own people. What has she done for the advancement and the causation of civil rights? Nothing. What has she done and said to help black Americans? Nothing. What stance has she taken for the prosperity of black people? But we'll show you the stance of black power when it's time for you to be reelected. And if you think that black people won't come out by the hundreds of thousands and vote against you, you are wrong. There aren't enough Somalis to keep you in power. Know this and know that. Now listen to this one.
we do not blame the lawlessness of an individual on a whole community. What we also know is that there is not a single evidence that the president or his coonies have put forth that there are any single resource from taxpayers in Minnesota that has gone to aid and abet terrorism. That language is dangerous. That language puts the lives of Somalis not only in Minnesota, but across the country in danger. And if the president believed that and he had evidence, he would take people to court. So we are sick and tired of the president waking up one day and deciding to put forth falsehoods and demonize whole communities, while the ignorant people that support him then take the lies that he's spreading and use it as a fact. We've seen it during the campaign where he said Asians were eating cats and dogs. We've seen his vice president repeat those lies. We've seen the media run it as a headline as if it was a fact. That is shameful. That is shameful. That is ignorant. It makes us look like a stupid nation
that does not believe in truth but traffics in lies. It makes the world mock us, and we are better than that. We are better than that as Americans.
Trump is scapegoating a tiny.
All right, let's talk about the representative. She is a Somali immigrant who became a naturalized American. And with the backing and support of the Somalian Islamic community, she ascended to power. Notice in her carefully worded speech, she never once said that she stood with and for Black people. When she says we, she's talking about them. Yet she wants to shroud herself into the constitutionality of not being able to have voices of dissent to come against her. What do you think, we're stupid? You think we can't understand the way that you're talking? You don't speak for us. You don't identify with us. You don't labor with us and work among us. You stand with your people, quote unquote. Someone said in the comment section not too long ago that they're Somali and they're identified as Black. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about that group of people who deliberately and systematically go out of their way to degrade and to talk against Black people. So what? Black people have problems. White folk got problems. Italian people have problems. Every ethnic group of people has problems. Our problems aren't any worse than anybody else's problems in this nation. And you're not going to use us as a scapegoat to advance yourself in this nation by putting down Black people. It's not going to happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Because the voice of my ancestors speak through me. I'm the gatekeeper to the struggles and the plight and the fight of the civil rights movement of times past. And that fight continues to go on today. So when you just talk about the safe issues, but don't want to address the big elephant in the room, the lion in the room, quote unquote, who do you think you're talking to? We're not buffoons. We're not idiotic. We're not stupid. And during the presidential election, you didn't vote for Kamala Harris, woman. I'm saying it. You didn't vote for her, and you know you didn't. And she was out there all by herself trying to articulate and tell you all what was going to happen, how it was going to happen, but you paid her no mind. And then when she lost the election, then you were begging for her to come to help you. To help you do what? You had an opportunity to change the course and direction of this nation. You chose the latter. Now let's listen to what this one is saying.
Piece of the population, some of the most vulnerable. Trump is scapegoating a tiny piece of the population, some of the most vulnerable people in our country. But Trump based his order on a report whose author has made it clear that his goal is to denaturalize and deport as many Somali Americans as possible. This is not about crime. It's not about safety. This is about purging people like me from this country. Minnesota has always been a welcoming place for people fleeing a home country that is blasted by war, poverty, and hunger. Europeans in the 19th and 20th century, Black Americans from the South, Hmong and Vietnamese, Liberians and East Africans and Latin Americans. This embrace of new culture is one of our greatest strengths. The first generation came here as immigrants, the second as Americans. They are our teachers, nurses, blue-collar workers, small business owners, and public servants. Donald Trump wants to make Americans hate each other over race and religion. That might play well on Truth Social or Fox News, but it's not going to work here in real life. Minnesotans know better. We care about our neighbors.
We live and work alongside each other. Our kids go to the same schools. We shovel each other's cars out of snow. We are not afraid of each other. And we are not afraid of Donald Trump. He will lose this fight in court, and we will show his effort to divide us only brings us closer together and make us.
Welcome back.
Okay, let me talk about this one right here in her carefully worded speech. When she says we, she's not talking about black people. She's talking about white people that they have assimilated with and integrated with and among. How dare you even invoke the struggle of black people in this nation? You all don't speak for us. You don't advocate for us. You don't march with us. Y'all, when Black Lives Matter the movement was going all across the nation, when black people were getting hurt and butchered, where were your voices of dissent then? When black people were suffering like hell over the past years, y'all never opened up your mouth to speak for us at any point in time. And now we need to come together. Well, where was the togetherness during the presidential campaign? Where was the unity during the presidential campaign? Where was the support coming from the Haitian community? Yes, I said it. Where was the support coming from the Muslim Somali community? Where was the support coming for those vast communities for former Vice President Kamala Harris? You know what you did? You betrayed her. You wouldn't support her. You wouldn't vote for her. You wouldn't stand with her. You dissented greatly. I've been telling you all what Project 2025 was all about, but you paid me no mind. You didn't listen. Everything that's happening in America today is part of the architectural design of Project 2025. And you're going to lose in court. You're not going to win. Oh, there may be a temporary pause, but the administration is going to appeal it, and they're going to vigorously appeal it. Do you think that the culmination of events that have happened within the last 72 hours here in America is going to help your cause? No, it is not. You all better wake up and deal with reality. And the reality is, you're not as smart as you think you are. You're not as slick as you think you are. You're not as cunning as you think you are. Because we're wide awake and we're paying attention. We have some of the brightest intellectuals, some of the brightest politicians, some of the brightest minds, some of the greatest street-wise people within the black culture. The neighborhoods that you live in, that you snub your nose up against black people, are the same neighborhoods where the worst race wars have taken place in America. And where do you think the black migration came from? It came as a result of the Jim Crow laws. It came as a result of racism and bigotry and prejudice toward black people. Over 30+ million people left the Deep South because of that. Segregation. Jim Crow laws were enacted supposed to be separate but equal. Oh, it was separate, but there was nothing equal about Jim Crow laws in America. Segregation, bigotry, racism, the KKK, lynching, murders, discrimination on every hand was the justification under the Jim Crow laws. And you think you're going to come to this country and you're going to insult us, malign us, disrespect us, disrespect black women, disrespect our heritage and our culture, disrespect our ancestral contributions to the fight and an advancement of civil rights here in America, and everything that you all receive is because of the civil rights struggle here in this nation. You've done nothing to warrant it. You've done nothing to justify the financial freedom that you've enjoyed. The religious freedom that you enjoy in this nation is because of the civil rights struggle. Oh, it's a fact, Jack. Whether you like it or not. I don't care about negative comments. You can talk about me. You can talk about my skin. You can talk about my hair. You can talk about my glasses. I don't give a damn. You can say whatever you want. It's not going to stop me from speaking directly about the vitriol and the hatred coming from Somalis toward black people. It's uncalled for. So stop asking us to come to your rescue when you didn't come to ours. We're not doing it. Now, you stood against us, we stand against you. You spoke against us, we speak against you. You got the stupid idiots on TikTok and other platforms talking about, I'm not black. I'm not black, but what are you then? What are you? You don't even have respect even in your own country. You're disrespected by your own government. Yes, I said it because it needs to be said. It doesn't need to be articulated with a carefully worded speech. It needs to be straight up without a chaser. Black folk know what I'm talking about. Straight up without a chaser, pure, up in your face to make it crystal clear. Because you wear a turban or you tie your hair up, because you got braiding places, because you have small operating businesses, they wouldn't thrive without black people. I said they wouldn't thrive without black people. And I'm tired of it. I see it online all the time. From Nigeria to Kenya to South Africa and all points in between. The suffrage that black people deal with and live with and go through coming from their own people. But yet in those same countries, you bow down to white people. You love them. You treat them with respect. You honor them. You make sure you don't want to offend them. But you'll crucify your own people. Nigerians are some of the most hateful people on the planet when it comes to their own people. Yeah, I said it. What? Yes, I'll say it again. Nigerians are some of the most hateful people on the planet when it comes to their own people. They love white people. They can't stand their own people. The cruelty that they exhibit toward their own people is despicable. And half of y'all got nerve to call yourselves Christians. This is plain personified truth being spoken here at 11:24 p.m. on a Saturday night. So don't tell us and don't lecture us about how we're supposed to be behaving as a people. Clean up your own nation. Clean up your own house. Why don't you stand up for the rights of people in your own country and in your own communities before you lecture us? And why don't you fight for them? Because you're scared. That's why you don't. Let's get back to the video.
To the channel, guys. I hope you have understood what I was talking about when I say that when the black, or when any black community, or when any community faces some struggles in America, such as deportation, it's the time they turn to black Americans, saying that we are all black people, we need unity. But they don't acknowledge the efforts that the black Americans did for them even to experience some rights that they are enjoying currently in America. They disrespect the black Americans. These people went through a very tough period during sleep.
Excuse me. Let me deal with something here before I continue. This comment, quote, "So you hate MAGA and Somali," end quote. This is not about hating MAGA. MAGA hates black people. That's the problem. MAGA hates black people. There's a certain segment within the Somali Islamic community that hates black people. And if you don't love us, we don't love you. We're not bowing down anymore. We're not turning the other cheek. We're not praying for our enemies, and we're not loving our enemies. Y'all do that. That whitewash, sanitized version of so-called Christianity that they've been spewing and preaching in the black churches for over 200 or 300 or 400 years, it hasn't worked. I said it hasn't worked. The usage and abuse from white evangelicals are taking advantage of black people for the purposes of financial empowering of their own people. They've gotten rich off of black culture. You have how many white preachers trying to act like black people, but at the end of the day, they go into their white gated communities with their all-white board of directors, and they pass their ministry and churches down from one generation to another like it's a business empire. And the only reason why they want black people to come around is to raise money. When they want to raise money, they get these phony, fake infomercials / commercials, and they come on TV with their fake tears for the camera, and they're begging and whining and crying for black dollars, but you hate black people. You've seen the vitriol and the hatred and the bigotry coming out of the MAGA movement. And you want us to love them? Are you crazy? I don't love anybody that don't love me. I don't respect anybody that doesn't respect me. I don't hate anybody. But I'm not going to go out of my way to love anybody that doesn't love me. And if you want to deal with forgiveness, you can forgive anybody that you choose to forgive. This is not an issue about forgiveness. I'm dealing with the issue of black hating Somalis against black people. That's the issue I'm dealing with tonight. This has nothing to do with MAGA. I'm talking about the segment of the black Somali populace that hate black people. Based upon what? Based upon what you've seen in the news media? Based upon the negative propaganda images that has been portrayed about black people? They've never highlighted the positives. They've never highlighted the accomplishments. They never talk about the industrialization mind of black people. They never talk about the scholastic abilities and the professionality of black people. Every major invention that occurred in this nation is because of black people. And you know it. So don't give me that crap about black people having contributed anything to the furtherance and the growth and the GDP of America. Black people spend more money than any other group of people, especially during these silly holidays. Money that they need desperately to pay their bills with. If you don't believe me, wait until this quote unquote holiday season continues. The boys on Madison Avenue took out the word Christmas. It's not about Christ. It's about Xmas. First it went to Xmas, now it's called holidays. An indication of it's not about anything religious. It's not about anything dealing with the nativity. It's about just spending money. And the propagandists of the holidays, the manufacturers, the profiteers of it, they're laughing all the way to the bank because they know stupid, gullible people will spend much needed money that they need to take care of themselves and their families buying crap, cheap junk that's made from overseas during the quote-unquote so-called holiday season. Let me tell you something about America. America is a place where you can starve to death if you don't have any money. America is a place where a so-called happy holiday will become a miserable day if you don't have any money. So the Somali advancement is about economic prosperity. But they attack us as a people to gain leverage and acceptance by those they want to assimilate with and among. So don't give me that garbage. Don't give me that crap about hating other people. I agree. Anyone who loves me, I love them. I told you all before, I have a white brother, and I'm going to bring him on my program very shortly. Not tonight. I've already spoken with him. He's going to come on. So individuals, you have to deal with the reality of who you are. Be proud of your culture. Be proud of your heritage. Be proud of your ancestral heritage. Nobody's telling people down in the deep South not to have your Confederate flag. You can have all the flags you want. I don't care. But I'm proud of my heritage too. Bottom line. Some of y'all still think the Civil War is going on. That's the problem. That vitriol and hatred has been passed down from one generation to another. Hate is learned. It's learned, it's taught. That's why the murder of Emmett Till was so despicable down in that crappy town, Money, Mississippi. To this day, it is nothing in Money, Mississippi. That raggedy, old, trashy store that caused the murder of that young 14-year-old who was down there visiting stands as a bygone of times past. Know your history. I know mine. I don't wait for school to teach me. I've learned on my own and will continue to learn. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? I don't have to put up a great big neon sign with lights around it. I know who I am on the inside of me. I'll work with anybody that'll work with me. I will respect the person. I'll tell you something that may be shocking to you. You ready? Let's blow this out of the water. I respect MAGA for this. At least they stand on principle as to who they are and what they are, and they're not pretending to be anything else. That's people that you can respect. You don't necessarily have to agree with them, but you have to respect they're not placating and they're not playing. I can go into if I were a businessman, a CEO of a company, and I'm sitting down at a table with people who help me, I tell them, you can hate me all you want. This is not about hate. This is about making money. Do you want to make the money or not? Money is green. Money is neither black nor white. Money is green power. You can hate me, loathe me, and despise me, but get the contracts out on the table and let's agree on the purpose of economic prosperity. You live in your community, I live in mine. That's it. I don't want to live in your community. I'm cool among my own people. I go to a black barbershop. I patronize black businesses. Will continue to do so. Learn that lesson. Be proud of who you are. Differences of political ideology is one thing. Personal hatred is another. I don't dislike anybody because of their political ideologies. I've told you all before, and you all can't seem to live with this. You can't get over it. Donald Trump won the presidential election, and some of y'all can't accept that to this day. Look, the man won. He is the current president of the United States of America. The election is over. The Democrats lost. Stop whining, stop crying, stop belly aching, and prepare for the next great thing, which is the midterm elections. You can't win against him because he's the president. So y'all can disrespect him all you want. It's not going to get you anywhere. Fighting against him is not going to get you anywhere. You better find common ground. Representative Ilhan Omar, you constantly railing against the president. How is that working out for you? It's not. You're hurting your own people, stupid. That's one reason, the one reason why they're being deported, because of your big mouth. Your blatant disrespect as a congresswoman. Just do your freaking job. Yes, I said it. You are hurting the cause of your own people because of the vitriol that keeps coming out of your dumb face. And you're not as smart as you think you are. You're not as intelligent as you think you are. And you're not as slick as you think you are. Black people have been at this game a long time, much longer than you ever have been. And we don't care if you don't like us. We don't care if you despise us. We don't care if you hate us. You can shroud yourself in all the Islamic garb all you want. We understand, we get the point, but we're going to vote you behind that office too. Now, how about that one? Black people are going to vote you out of office when the time comes. Now, we'll show you exactly what black power is about. So you're a segregationist. What does segregation have to do with this? Segregation, let me tell you something. Desegregation in America is what destroyed the black economic community. Black people thrived during the time of segregation greater than they are right now. Because black people were forced during segregation to unify, to mobilize. patronized black businesses and hotels and restaurants and things of that nature under the Jim Crow laws of quote unquote separate but equal. There was nothing equal about it. It was just separatism. So you want to blame black people for the separatist, racist, bigoted Jim Crow laws that existed in this nation? They didn't cause them to come into existence. People got mad because black people prospered economically during that time because of black unity. That's what Black Wall Street was about and destroyed. I'm concerned about green power. Political power without money is nothing. And talking about a cause without power behind it and money to support it means nothing. You all still are not paying attention to the way the game is played. The billionaires of this world are the ones who are pushing the political agenda. The billionaires of this world are the ones who are bankrolling the political campaigns of their chosen candidates. Behind the scenes, they are the real power brokers. The politicians are the front people. Read the book, watch the movie, Manchurian Candidate. Check it out for yourself. Stop going by what you see. All of this deflection that's going on in this country, and you all just keep getting caught up in it continuously over and over and over again because you won't do your homework. I'm on point here tonight, and I'm staying on point. I'm dealing with the anti-blackness coming from a certain segment of the Somali populace toward black people. That's what I'm talking about, and that's what I'm dealing with tonight.
They had to work in the cotton farms and they never got compensated. They went through a very struggle period for them to fight for themselves, fight for their lives. During slavery, they really went through a very tough moment, but nobody is ready to talk about it. Nobody acknowledges the efforts that these people need. They only turn back to them when they want help or when they want their support. It's the only time that they remember these people exist in this country. It's kind of ironical because when Black Americans face a challenge, these other communities are not ready to support them. But when they need their help, they push harder to get the support from the Black Americans. I think we're supposed to take accountability. Whenever somebody needs help, be ready to offer. Not that because it doesn't concern you, you just brush it off. One day it will turn, or one day it will be your moment to need these people's support. What if even them, they say that it doesn't concern them and they brush it off? That we're supposed to be learning some morals from all these issues that arise. The Somalis, leaders, they are the ones that who stood and campaigned for Donald Trump and supported him and asked people to vote for him because they maybe thought that they will never get attacked, or the decision that they made, I think they just based it on their interest, not being considering other communities, not considering the Black people, the Black Americans. But when they are facing problems, they need these people to turn up for them. They betrayed them during during elections. They voted for a different government. It's really crazy how people always want Black Americans to help them when they are in a tough moment. When these people face some discriminations, you're not there to support them, you're not there to stand with them. You can tell me what you think about this episode. It's a very uncomfortable episode to talk about, but one message to my Somali brothers and sisters: I don't have any hatred towards you. Whatever you're going through in the hands of Trump's government, we are really sorry and we hope things will get better. That's what I have to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, no, this is not a hard topic to talk about. I disagree with her on that point. I agree with everything else that she said. This is a necessary topic to talk about. It's a straight up topic to talk about. While you all playing checkers, the billionaires are playing chess. They know what they're strategically doing, and they know what they're strategically planning. So when I ask you all to support this channel, what do you think is a joke? When I ask you to subscribe, I know y'all come on here because I've checked the analytics by the thousands upon thousands of people. And I just simply ask you, hit the subscribe button as you come on. We should have over 10,000 subscribers by now on this channel. Instead, we're still struggling just to get 3,000 people, which is crazy. How many times have I come before this camera? I said, ladies and gentlemen, I need to purchase equipment so I can become more professional sounding, more professional looking, so we can do all the things that's in my mind, in my heart to do. I just simply ask for people to cash out $1. And I look at some of the trash and garbage they have on YouTube, and these people get umpteen dollars just dealing with pure gossip and innuendos and talking about stupid stuff that makes no kind of sense. But I'll reach my goal, and I'm going to keep talking about people subscribing to this channel, and I'm going to keep being unadulterated and uncompromising on Tyrone Bowman Live. That's why I'm not monetizing this channel. This channel will never become monetized. You said you tried writing me without success. All right, I'm going to give you my email. It's TyroneBowmanSenior@gmail.com. Repeat that again. TyroneBowmanSenior@gmail.com. So when I ask you to support this channel, it's not for me. It's because of what I want to do with this channel. Behind me is a door. I keep telling you, this is nothing but a door. This is nothing but a prop. It's a fake microphone. That's all it is. I need to get real stuff, real equipment, a real crew, a real staff, so I can talk to professionals from all walks of life. So I can talk to people from different ethnic origins and religions and faiths. So I can talk with politicians, pro and con. I'll have a conversation with anybody. Anybody who wants to sit down and talk with me, I'll talk with them. I'm not an obstructionist. I believe in progressive thought and getting things done. So how hard is it to cash app $1? At $ Pixel, PIEXCL, number 4. That is not hard to do. And we're going to continue to do the good work that we're doing, and we're not backing down. And where I can find common ground, we will have common ground. Where we can reach out and build bridges instead of blowing them up, we're going to do so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your thoughts on this video on tonight? It's time for me to get up off of here. I've been here 1 hour and 8 minutes and 32 seconds up under these fake lights, and it's hot up under these lights. I got 2 lamps, one on the left and one on the right. So we're going to continue to go forward. All right. Let's see. Let me see this comment. He said, homie, look like he's related to, you talking about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? There's nothing wrong with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's a compliment. So if you think that's supposed to be something derogatory, you're sadly mistaken. Learn to respect yourself. Learn to love yourself. I hate nobody. I bear no personal grudges with nobody. But I do have strong opinions about things. And we'll continue to discuss it. Tonight, I dealt with the Somali hatred from some of them toward Black people. Never surrender. Never quit.